Welcome, everyone, to another episode where we unpack the ideas that shape our financial lives. Today's topic, it's called Rethinking Life Insurance. It might just change how you see your money and your future. So we're going to be talking about how it can actually move you closer to your financial freedom. Joining me is someone who lives and breathes financial empowerment, Immaculate Musinje. She's a financial literacy advocate, helping people go from just surviving to truly building long-lasting wealth. Immaculate, it's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. It's always my pleasure to be here in this session of financial literacy and money matters as we tackle these great topics. Tonight's one is actually truly, I am passionate about it as we think about how we view money, the myth behind it, and how we can actually build better those financial freedoms. So thank you, Collins, for welcoming me.
Wonderful. So there's the money, which is the foundation. There's the mindset, how we look at money. And there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about money and and just life insurance in general. So let's start at the foundation, money. When people say financial freedom, it sounds good, but what does it really mean? And why is it that so many people focus on earning more income, but they overlook things like protection and life insurance, Immaculate?
That is a very great question you asked, Collins. So, to me, this is how I think about it. So, financial freedom isn't just about how much you earn. When we talk about that financial freedom, when we talk about financial planning, it really comes to how wisely one is able to plan for that financial freedom, how well you're able to protect your finances, and how well you're able to grow it and make it actually resourceful. So most people often take life insurance as just a product where they can just it's just a someday product. But in real life, really, it is a cornerstone to our stability, wealth building, and a peace of mind. Because when you rethink actually that you change your mindset and you start thinking about how you actually create your financial freedom, it goes with the planning, first of all. How do you plan to be financially free? How do you go about it? How do you actually bring those cornerstones that take you there? It's not something you wake up and go to, it's something you plan for. And when it comes to life insurance, that is where we say that those myths and the mindset that people have, not knowing exactly what that is. What am I trying to actually insure? Why am I insuring that? What will I get out of that? So that is what we're tackling tonight. And I believe we'll have a great discussion tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's powerful. I like how you connected freedom not just to income, but to security. It's important. So let's dig into that because a lot of people think life insurance only matters after we're gone. Is it true that life insurance can actually help you while you're still alive?
Exactly. So really, we live in a modern world whereby, so think about it. Why is this product called life insurance? Life. That means is something, it is a product for the living. It is not a product for the dead. So when we think about life insurance, it's something that protects your life. And with the modern kinds of life insurance we do have, specifically if we talk about like maybe the index universal life insurance that comes with mainly major two or three components whereby you have the protection whereby if you or your family, if you, the insured, happens to get any, maybe a critical illness, a terminal illness, a chronic illness, that is sickness, you get what we call the living benefits. That is what, again, the life insurance comes in. The living insurance is for the living. You're sick, you're not gone, but your product will come to your rescue because it has that component of the living. And then, God forbid, if something was to happen to you and you gone, then your loved ones get what we call the tax-free death benefit, the benefits. In this case, really, so when you talk about just leaving something behind, it becomes different ways. When you go on, your family will be protected. When you're living and you're not able to provide for your family, you and your family is able to benefit from this product, modern product that goes beyond just the death. So actually, Collins, when I think about that, I think I can share something a little bit to elaborate on that. If you allow, I can share something just to bring that to life.
Sure,
I love examples because examples do help to elaborate more on what we're talking about. So
please.
I'll go ahead and share something. So let's think about something right here. So let's consider two families, for example. Two families, the only difference between those two families is one family has one life insurance and another family does not have life insurance. So let's look at this. So if one family has a life insurance and the other one doesn't, so one family, let's say family A does not have life insurance. We want to go back to that mindset. I'm going back to the topic we have tonight. So the money, mindset, and myth. We're trying to actually take away the myth people have that stops them from actually achieving the real importance of life insurance. So we have family A and B. Family A doesn't have life insurance. So the father or the dad, who happens to be maybe the breadwinner of the whole family, so in this case, because the father doesn't have a life insurance, if this anything was to happen to this dad, unthinkable, maybe he gets a critical illness, a terminal illness, and he's no longer able to work and bring a check home, or God forbid he passes and he goes down with the check. So then what will happen? He has a young family with children. The mother was not working because she was taking a good care of the little ones. Now that the father is gone with no insurance, the mom will have to go back to work to cover for the family's expenses because there is no other option. You either go to work or your family will suffer. Number two, if this family had a family home, and the father who was a breadwinner is gone, the family will need to move to a less expensive home or even move to apartment. Why? Because the home is going to be sold because nobody is able to pay for the mortgage. Imagine, those are the consequences of misconception. So the mindset, the myth people have, not knowing that really protecting your loved ones is number one priority for any actually head of household. And because the home is sold, those children are going to have to change schools because if they were lived in a neighborhood whereby, it was expensive, that's where their school was. If the family home is gone, those children will have to be forced to leave actually their school and go to a different school. Imagine about that. Imagine how the loss of one parent affects the rest of the family. The father is gone, the check is going down with him, or the father is sick and the paycheck is down because he's not able to go to work. Think about that. If we think about that, can we actually rethink our mindset or the myth we had about it? Now let's look about let's look about check about now family B. A family B, they have life insurance. This dad who is insured, something happens, he gets a critical illness, a terminal illness, he's no longer able to work for a long time, or God forbid he passes. This mom will not have to go back to work. Thanks to the cash this family is going to get from the husband's insurance. Yes, the family is devastated. The wife is, of course, hurt because the husband is gone. The children lost a father, but they're now losing everything. So the family continues to stay in their home because why? Because the life insurance money is going to pay off the home, not even just paying the mortgage, they are paying off the family home, and the family is able to stay in their home. The children continues to attend the same school. Think about that. If you really had a misconception that, oh, I don't need it, I am working, I am making a good income, do you really ever know when something will happen to you? Do you know when you can actually get sick and you're not able to go to work? Do you know when actually unknown will happen to you and then maybe you're gone? So the question is not whether one of us will get sick or even go, it's about when. So we have to rethink everything. Think about yourself, even if you don't have a family. Think about yourself. Think about your family. So when we think about these two examples, which family do you think will adjust more easily to the loss of a father, or even a mother, or even a single person with children?
Family
The
B.
head of a household has everything on their shoulder because they're able to bring income in the house. If that income is not coming, the only saving grace that family is going to have is having a reliable life insurance. That is actually the really thinking. We have to think because it's not a matter of whether something will happen. It is going to be when something is going to happen. So we have to really shift our mindset and go back to reality because we never know when something will strike. So I just wanted to give us that quick example just to bring real life of what happens to our families, to our friends, because we see these incidences happen. Thank you, Collins. You can go ahead. Hope I didn't take longer with that example.
No, that was perfect. I mean, it's very eye-opening. It's amazing how many people skip coverage, life insurance coverage for years, just because of a myth that they heard. And there might even be some people listening today on this video that are realizing, hold on a minute, I may have believed some of those myths myself. And it's good that we're having this discussion so that we don't have to stay believing myths. We can wake up and take action. So let's focus, talk about the mindset because many habits usually start in the mind. And you talked about a lot of these myths, but somebody can even know what the truth is, but they still have the wrong mindset about it. You know, what do you notice about how people think about money or about insurance? Are there any special fears about that stop them from taking action? Like, procrastination is one that I know a lot of younger people have, or I'll do it later, or culturally, people don't really talk about money that much, especially in um, cultures like you and I's, money is not a topic that you talk about openly. So are those some of the mindsets that you see stopping people from taking action? Have you seen other mindsets
Okay.
around money?
So, when it comes to the myth or the mindset or what is stopping people, because let me tell you something, really, to be honest, all of us, uh, if we can go back and think about everything else that we insure, most of us, we insure our cars because we are scared that an accident might happen and I lose my car. We insure our homes because we think if a fire broke into my home, I am going to lose my home. Or we buy health insurance because we don't know when we can get sick. So that is something really we intended to insure the things we acquire, I don't want to lose my car, I don't want to lose my home, and I forget. Okay, so what is important here? So when we think about that mindset or the myth that people have, they think life insurance is too expensive. Life insurance is for the rich. I am young and healthy. I am not going to get sick, or mostly, I'm not going to die. Um, Life insurance only helps when I die. And when I'm gone anyway. So who cares? Those are the mindsets people always have. Or it's for older people. I'm still in my 20s. I'm still in my 30s. Why would I have to care about the death? It's the same question actually we answered earlier. You know, whether you're young.
But Emma, like how about when it comes to actually shelling out the money, like setting up, direct deposit for your premiums to put it in there? Like, do people have habits like that, or do they think about it like, oh, I want to save this, or I want to spend it on something else? There's the emotional side of the myth, which is the mindset, and then the practical side of the myth, which is, yeah, like you're talking about, it's too expensive, I'm still young, it's only for people that die, my job has it already. So that's like a myth that you can debunk. But then when it comes to actually how you spend your money, that's more about mindset, about money, and about insurance. Like there's a lot of people that still drive to this day without car insurance. How do you tackle those people that don't see that insurance is important? It's like he's willing to go on the road and drive without insurance, those type of people. Because those people know that insurance is important, but yet they're like, who cares? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, so thank you, Corinne. So to me, really, I find that as to be mostly miseducation. To tell the truth, if someone knew the gravity of really driving a car without insurance, and then you think about driving your life. Leave alone driving your car. You driving your life, just floating on the water. That is how I usually take it. Because you never know where, and when anything can strike. Like that example we saw of two families. Those were two families living comfortably. They had a good job, they had good homes, they had the families. But one was safe, the other one was not. When the unthinkable happened, the one that was protected was safe. The one that was not, you saw what happened. So it's the same thing for those people who are careless. That when we talk about, that's why we said planning is key to everything. When you make your money, it's not about how much money you make. It is about how are you planning for your money. Are you planning for your money to work for you today, tomorrow, and in the future? Because when you plant, it's like you having seeds, and keep them just in your pocket. And someone goes and actually, grows their seeds and get more in the future. So you making money, but you're not thinking, what if today I'm not able to go to work? Then what will happen tomorrow? So that misconception really comes because people don't think that what I see is today. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. And if that happens, what am I going to do? So I've talked to so many people, so many families, but what I came to realize though, people always don't think that anything will happen to them. Always what people tell me, I am young, that is a wastage of money. I can save for myself. I had actually one professional who told me that that was very amazing. We were discussing about the importance of life insurance and saving for his future and his family. He was telling me, you know what, I make a good living here. I'm able to save at least $1,000 for my family. I think I'm good. I don't think I need anything in regards to life insurance because I feel like it's wasting my money. I'm like, actually, you're right. You're doing a great thing by saving for your family because you're earning. But have you ever actually stepped back and think, I'm saving 1,000 because my check came in. So if you're saving 1,000 for the whole year, you have 12,000 and I bought my life insurance, I'm paying 1,000, for example, and I have 1,000,000. So if God forbid something was to happen to you after 1 year, your family gets 12,000, right? And if something was to happen to me after 1 year, my family gets 1,000,000, right? So what is better? So the reason we get a life insurance is because actually we protecting ourselves and our families for unknown. So the myth behind life insurance, not people taking action, not people really thinking it, is because they have not actually seen or took time to understand what they are trying to protect. They are protecting the premium. Maybe you're paying $200 a month or $500 a month, but you don't think that paying $500 a month can give you 1,000,000 if you paid for only 1 month. If people thought about that, you're planting a seed of $500, that is an example, or even $200 a month. And if something was to happen today or tomorrow, your family is reaping $1,000,000, or even yourself when you're sick. Trust me, the mindset is going to change. And that is why we are always here with this actually financial literacy and money matters because we don't take it for granted that everybody understands this. It might sound easy. It might sound actually like a no-brainer, but maybe we are financial professionals. We take our heart to the whole thing, and other people don't think about it. If you're saying someone might drive their car without car insurance, that person will take them some time to understand the importance of life insurance. But again, if it was me, instead of driving my life without a life insurance, I would drive my car without a car insurance because that car is not going to crash without me sitting in it. Thank you so much for that morning.
Thank you very much. I think that, yeah, it's not just ignorance that stops people, but also discomfort about having topics like this and exploring it and, doing the numbers and figuring out like, what if I was not around? What if my paycheck stopped coming? Some people find that it's like a heavy topic to bring up and to talk about, but it's very important. And if we avoid it, it will cost us later when it's too late. And so I want to ask you, Emma, if there's one mindset shift that you wish everyone listening to this video today could take and apply and that they could make about money or life insurance, what's that mindset shift that you'd um, suggest?
Oh, thank you. So the shift to me is actually starting to rethink what is important to me. What is important to me? I make this money, I'm trying to protect this money, I don't want to spend this money, but what is important to me? When I think about my family, when I think about myself, would I rather keep the money in the bank and leave my family actually in danger? Rethink, start actually planning now. When we think about life insurance, it's no longer again protecting yourself. You actually thinking about you dying and getting the money. The modern kind of life insurance we have today it has an investment part of it. So today, actually, we always tell people you prepare for what if in life. What if I get sick today? I have those living benefits. My family will not have to suffer because I'm sick and can't go to work. If I die tomorrow, my family is going to be safe. It's going to be set because they're getting those tax-free death benefit. And if I live a long, long life, I have tax-free retirement benefits. That is why that's actually what living is. Not living just paycheck to paycheck, because living paycheck to paycheck, that is what drives us into problems if actually unknown was to happen without us being prepared. So I'll tell that person, please start planning today, because tomorrow is not actually, you never know what happens tomorrow. So start planning now. One of the reasons being because with the life insurance, when we educate people, they feel like, I'll get it whenever you want. This is what I would tell all the listeners and all my people. Life insurance is not actually a guarantee, because you may wake up tomorrow and you have a sickness and you're not able to actually qualify for it. You may, God forbid, wake up tomorrow and you have, you get a DUI. If you do drink and drive, that is going to disqualify you from getting a life insurance. So, and even the older you get, life insurance products are cheaper with age. So the older you get, the more complicated it's going to get. Maybe the more, health issues you have, the more premium is going to pay. Even people who are not really thinking now, when it becomes 10 times expensive, it is even going to be more costly for you. Remember, we have families with young children. You can start off your children now. You plant the seed for them today, and you clear their tomorrow. That is what we call generational wealth creation. Don't think about this as something for death. They should have called it death insurance, but it is a life insurance, which really puts us to real life, because we feel like we have protected lives, protected today, tomorrow, and the future. Thank you for that, Collins.
Great. So let's bring this home with something practical. Somebody might be listening today and they're ready to move from knowing. We've given them a lot of knowledge and busted some myths today. Somebody wants to move from knowing to doing, but they don't know quite sure where to begin. What are the first steps that you would recommend?
First of all, this is a first step. The fact that someone took their time to join us tonight, that is actually a very positive step they took. Educate yourself. Get a financial professional who understands. We really understand that this is not something everybody understands. That is why we have licensed financial professionals who are here. These discussions, these educational classes we have are free of charge. We do not charge you. So get actually educated. Be intentional in educating yourself, educating your family. Get resources. We offer resources here free of charge. Come actually book an appointment, a personalized appointment, because we do believe financial needs are different based on a family. So every family has a different financial need and a different financial planning. That is why we have free consultations for our people. So get in touch. Let us help you look into what you need, what your family needs are, how your planning can start. So get started today, because I believe today is actually the best day you have to start, because tomorrow again is never promised. Get started on something. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to wait to get $1 million protection. Start small and grow your wealth and your protection as you go. That is how I can say start, start, start.
Beautifully said. That's clear and doable. And I think everybody can take that step. I like that financial freedom isn't an overnight thing. You can't just wake up and you're financially free, but it all starts with one decision and one step. So thank you very much for that. Um, I want to open it up to the audience. If there's anybody on the chat right now that has some questions before we close, I want to give them an opportunity to ask something that is on their mind. It could be general, it could be specific to you. Anything about money, mindset, and myths about life insurance and financial freedom. Please go ahead and post it in the chat, and I'll definitely open it up to Immaculate.
Actually, someone was asking in the chat if we can try to summarize in Kinyarwanda. Yes, so someone was asking if we can summarize what we did here so other people can understand what we did. So,
Oh, good point.
okay, murakoze cyane. Ngira ngo twagerageza gushyira mu ncamake gatoya. Uyu munsi turaganira ku bintu bijyanye n'amafaranga, imyumvire cyangwa se ibituma abantu batumva neza impamvu ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima bukenewe. Twagerageza gusobanura mu ncamake, ariko twavuze ku bintu, hari ibibazo byinshi bitandukanye bijyanye no kwibaza ese kuki abantu benshi badashishikarizwa cyangwa batafata iya mbere kugira ngo biteganyirize. Twabonye ko akenshi ikibazo kibitera wenda ni ubumenyi bushobora kuba ari bukeya ku bijyanye n'ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima, uburyo umuntu ashobora kuvuga ati ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima ni ubw'abantu bakuze, burahenze cyane, n'ubwo abantu bakire bino kwangiza umutungo. Ariko twaje kubona ko kuba ufite ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima ni ishingiro ryiza ry'umutungo w'umuntu cyangwa se by'umuryango w'umuntu. Twatanze akarorero cyangwa example y'imiryango ibiri, umuryango umwe wari ufite ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima, undi udafite ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima. Muri iyo miryango yombi yari ifite ababyeyi b'abagabo nibo bakoraga gusa, ababyeyi b'abagore bita ku bana kuko bafite abana batoya. Twaje gusanga ko tutanze icyo example, twanze ko umuryango umwe wari ufite ubwishingizi bw'ubuzima, umupapa yitabye Imana ariko bari bafite inzu batuyemo, abana bagomeje kuba mu nzu batuyemo, umubyeyi ntagombye gushaka akazi, yakomeje yita ku bana, abana ntibahinduye amashuri, abana ntabwo bigeze bahungabana. Barahungabanye kubera ko babuze umubyeyi, ariko ubuzima muri rusange ntabwo bwigeze buhungabana. Tureba n'undi muryango, noneho umuryango nk'aho ndavugaga ngo njye ntibindeba, ndakora mfite akazi keza, nta bwishingizi bw'ubuzima nkeneye. Ariko uwo muryango umupapa yamaze kwitaba Imana, ya sheke cyangwa se wa mutungo yinjizaga kubera gukora yajyanye nawo. Tuza kubona ko uwo muryango watakaje inzu y'umuryango, abana bava mu mashuri, umubyeyi w'umumama yari afite impinja, aba agomba gusiga impinja azajya gukora kugira ngo abashe gutunga umuryango. Turibaza tutese niba ibi bintu byumvikana koko buri muntu wese yakwifuje ko umuryango waba utekanye, harabura iki? Birapfira he kuki abantu batabyumva? Tuza gusanga rero nyine ko hagomba kubaho imitekerereze y'abantu, tukibaza ni iki gifite agaciro mu buzima. Niba ubu bwishingizi bw'ubuzima buhari kugira ngo umuryango wawe ube utekanye, hagize ibyago by'uburwayi bukomeye byabaho cyangwa se umuntu akitaba Imana, kuki abantu bose batabyumva kimwe? Niyo mpamvu tuganira hano. Iki kiganiro tukigira buri wa kane saa 2 z'umugoroba kugira ngo twigire hamwe koko ni iki cyaba gituma abantu badashobora kumva ko ari ingenzi. Twasanze nyine ariyo myumvire itandukanye, abantu bamwe ntabwo baha agaciro. Tuza kwibaza ngo se niba mfata ubwishingizi bw'imodoka kubera ko ntinya ko accident yaba nkayibura, nkafata ubwishingizi bw'inzu ntinya ko inzu iramutse ihiye nabura inzu yanjye, nkafata ubwo kwivuza kuko nshobora kurwara, kuki ntekereza ko ubuzima bwanjye butakaye buri hejuru yabyo? Kuko ibyo byose turimo kugerageza guporoteja, ari imodoka, ari amazu, byose twarabyishakiye. Ntibyakabaye byiza se koko ko ubuzima bwacu bugomba kuba butekanye mbere y'uko tugerageza kureba ko ibintu byose byaba bitekanye. Muri make ngira ngo nibyo dushaka kurebera hamwe: impinduramitekerereze, impinduramatwara mu bifite agaciro mu buzima bwacu, kubaka ubuzima bwacu cyangwa se kubuporoteja uyu munsi, ejo n'ejo bundi hazaza. Ngira ngo nagerageza kugira mu ncamake, ariko waba ufite ikibazo icyo ari cyo cyose wabaza mu rurimi rukoroheye kugira ngo tubashe kugusubiza neza cyangwa se tuguhe inyunganizi nziza, kuko ntabwo twasubira muri byose twaganiriye kuba dutangiye. Murakoze.
Urakoze cyane, urakoze cyane Immaculate Businge. Icy'ingenzi ni ugutangira kare, ugasuzuma aho ugeze, aho uhagaze, no gushaka inama mu bantu b'inzobere nka Immaculate Businge bakakurebera needs zawe, amafaranga ukoresha, abana ufite, inzu, aho utuye, mukumva neza nyine aho uhagaze kugira ngo ubashe kumenya ukuntu planning for the future.
Kugira ngo waba ufite ikibazo, this is the right time. All right, so there is a question here, Collins. Dr. Sharon is asking, do I lose living benefits if I use, do I lose death benefit if I use living benefits? Thank you so much, Dr. Sharon. This is a great question here. So we started off saying that the life insurance has actually, those are two different benefits we have. Good enough, actually, when you get a life insurance, whether it's the whole life or the short, the term life insurance, they both come with those two benefits: the death benefit and the living benefit. So those are two. So let me say, for example, if you had a life insurance policy for $1 million, and someone happens to have a critical illness or a terminal illness, and someone is told you have only 2 months or 12 months or just a few months to live. If you happen to cash out everything, $1 million, then your case is closed. But as they said, if you accelerate your death benefit, let's say you had $1 million policy, you took only 500,000, you still have 500,000 left. So you're not losing your, so the death benefit and living benefits are taken out on different instances. You get living benefits when you get sick, because the living benefits are for the living. You the insured, you have a policy when you get sick and you're not able to work or to provide for yourself, you get your money while you're living. And when you die, your family gets the death benefit. So those are two benefits that, but if you get everything out as the insured, obviously the case is closed, because possibly you're getting it out so you can settle your family before you go on. If someone knows that they are actually about to die, they have $1 million protection, they want to pay off their home, they want to settle their family before they are gone. So that means if you take everything, the case is closed, yes. But if you accelerate it and take a half, then you have a half left. That was a brilliant question. Thank you.
Beautiful said. And there's a comment in the chat which I 100% agree with. And it says it's hard for people to understand this, but really, you never know what's happening until it happens to you. I would rather act right now than regret when it happens. Just like car insurance. If you don't have car insurance, you're going to be crying. Or health insurance. You think that, oh, I don't get sick, I'm young, I'm healthy, I eat well, I exercise. Until that sickness comes and your bill is unmanageable and you're sinking and you have to sell your house. So that's what insurance is. You're hoping it doesn't, the outcome doesn't happen sooner than expected, but you cover yourself regardless. And the good thing with the product that you mentioned is that you can eat your cake and have it. It can cover you in case of an accidental death or even natural death, but at the same time, you have savings that you can use while you're still alive. to make your life easier and more productive. Remember, the goal isn't just to make money, it's to make your money work for you. So
So I wanted to add something a little bit on the person who talked about how this is hard. We understand this is a hard topic. And that is why actually every Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Central Time, we are here tackling the same topics. We understand this is hard. We might be actually licensed to do this, and we have more in-depth information about it. That is why we are here sharing. We're not even charging a penny. Just come and learn. We said the best way to start, the best way actually to know is to get started. So yes, it is a hard topic, but it is a doable. You can learn actually and get to understand more and get to actually protect yourself and your family. I think we do have Mr. Roy. He has his hand up. Go ahead, Mr. Roy.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Collins and Ms. Immaculate, for the good in-depth information that you have given today. You also did give us a good breakdown by giving us the example between the family A and the family B. And the risk that people can take of driving without car insurance does show what they really need is education to get to know a little bit more about the insurance, because it is by law that you have to have car insurance, but you still see that people do take that risk of driving without insurance. So as a financial professional, we have a lot to teach the people when it comes to the life insurance. Just briefly, Mr. Immaculate, talk about the myth that many people have that they can't get life insurance with a pre-existing condition. Do you just give us a little bit of information about that?
his question is addressing the myth that one cannot get approved for life insurance if they have a pre-existing condition.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, actually, those are the myths we're trying to actually take out because people assume things without actually try to talk to financial professionals. There are so many things people say about life insurance. To take an example, just like 2 days ago, someone was asking me, as like most people in the U.S. knows, mostly in the immigrant community, there are so many schemes, money schemes out there going out there. Someone was asking me, oh, there has been so many like scams about money. Do you think life insurance is the same? I'm like, listen, this is actually why we are here educating people. Because with life insurance, so the Commission of Insurance in the US or whichever state you live in is one. The one that gives you car insurance, the one that gives you home insurance, the one that gives you everything is the one. So no, because nobody will sell your life insurance without a license from the government, from your state. We have national producer numbers that allows us to produce nationwide. We have state licenses that actually allows you to educate and actually give these products. So of course not. So when it comes to the pre-existing conditions, we have so many clients with diabetes, with blood pressure who are insured. The difference is though, the earlier you get it without before you get those pre-existing conditions, the better for you. But we have different kinds of products. We even have final expense products, even for people who are dying. Imagine that. Leave alone someone with something here and there. People just get evaluated with a financial professional. We are going to help you get anything you need because there is a product for every individual in your situation. But of course, someone who has a pre-existing condition is going to pay a little more than someone who actually is healthy, because we have those preferred clients and then related clients. You're possibly related because you have those pre-existing conditions, but not meaning that you cannot be insured. So yes, you can get insurance. It might be expensive, but you better have that even expensive one than living without it, because those pre-existings are the ones that pushes you to getting living benefits for chronic illness. Imagine you're chronically ill, you're able to get your money and take care of yourself. It could take 5, 10, 20 years, but at least you have something to lean on. Thank you for that, Mr. Roy. Hope I answered that the way you wanted it.
Yes, you got it right on point. Thank you, Mr. Immaculate.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's very reassuring, Immaculate. It's not always about having the perfect health. It's really just about getting protected early and smartly and not having to sit there waiting for the perfect health, because that's how people go unprotected. So thank you for that.
So any other questions here or comments? So again, Tim, this is usually we are here to actually discuss. It is an open discussion. It's not anyone coming here just to lecture. We want to actually hear from you. We want to listen to those actually reasons you have, or what you have heard that maybe has been stopping you from protecting your family. Maybe think that I have one from work. We have gone through those differences. The one from work, again, the group life. If you have one, that is not your own. Remember, you work for company ABC, they have a contract, you don't. For my professional people here who think you have a life insurance from work, go check if you have any contract. You don't have a contract of your own. So if you don't have a contract of your own, if you leave that job, you're leaving it there. And if you happen to have a critical illness or a terminal or even a chronic and you're not working, you have no living benefits. So get something of your own so that you know that you're fully covered. It's like getting just a partial car insurance that when someone else is hit, they are covered and you're not covered. So protect yourself properly. Thank you.
Great. If there's no more questions, then we'll wrap it up here. I think a lot of people will take useful information from here and they will apply it. And if they have any questions, we'll be back again here next week. And we do this every week. And the video will also be uploaded online that you can go back and review some of the things that were discussed. And thank you again, Ms. Immaculate Businje, for the diligent explanation of the money, the mindset, and the myths about life insurance.
Asking one more thing. Life insurance can be heritage. Did you mean inheritance or inherited? Okay, so if I can try to understand this correctly, when you have a life insurance, you have beneficiaries. So God forbid something happens to the insured and the insured passes, they leave the benefits to the beneficiaries. And if that life insurance is one that actually has investment part in it, they can obviously leave the investment part of it as well to the beneficiaries. I'm hoping this is what the question was asking. Yes, it can be inherited, meaning that your beneficiaries are going to be able to get all the benefits of your life insurance if you're no longer there. So both the life insurance amount and the investment part of it, they call it net death benefit. Your life insurance part plus your cash accumulation all goes tax-free to your beneficiary if that is what you needed to ask. So it's not just for you. That's what people think. If I'm gone, then I'm gone. Let me go. They'll do whatever they want. Think about actually your loved ones. Don't think about yourself. Let's shift that mindset from seeing life insurance as a cost to viewing it as a tool to living well. Think about it. This is not just a cost because we buy so many unnecessary things. We take vacations, we buy gadgets that we will always leave whenever we need them. Think about a legacy you're going to leave for your family. Don't work today, and when you're gone, you go with everything you always worked hard for. So think about today, tomorrow, for you and your loved ones. Again, Collins, until next week. Thank you all
That's
for tuning in tonight, and look out for the recording. I believe everybody who came here, they got the contact for all of us. Myself speaking again, Margaret Businje. If you need actually to make a personalized session, my number is 817-808-4597. The email, if you like to write, is ibfinancialfreedom@gmail.com. So you can as well write on that one and get everything you need. Mr. Collins can as well go ahead and give his numbers for contacts. Go ahead, Collins.
Yes, you may reach me at 515-441-3771.
Thank you so much once again. Until next Thursday, we are always here. Come on and learn with us. Have a great night, everyone.
Perfect.